Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan spoke a lot about Turkey's solidarity with Sudan, particularly in reference of its economy, which is struggling. Sudan has experienced 20 years of sanctions by the US, which Erdogan said, have been used as a weapon by the United States. Those 20 years of sanctions have taken their toll. Almost 50% of the population is living under the poverty line. Nowhere have those sanctions been felt more keenly than in Khartoum's main cancer hospital, which we visited. The facilities in Khartoum's main cancer hospital are basic. In intensive care, incense is burned to mask the smell. And outside, families wait in the sun for their loved ones to be seen. But even with its problems, this service is vital. It's the only publicly funded hospital of its kind in Sudan.
We don't pay anything, and the hospital gives us medication too. We don't pay for that either.
Zainab's 11-year-old daughter Hannah had a tumour removed from her nose and is now on the mend. It's a victory for the centre's manager, who admits times have been tough.
Our biggest problem is that after a while the equipment needs new parts and it's so expensive. Because of the sanctions, there were problems getting the equipment sent and to send money.
The sanctions he's talking about were imposed by the US in the late 90s. Washington accused Sudan's government of sponsoring terrorism. The blanket trade restrictions were meant to hit Sudan's ruling class. In October, the sanctions were lifted, but it will take time for the effects to be felt on the operating room floor.
Actually, sanctions were really very hard for our people, and we couldn't, really make deals with international companies like General Electric from America, or Siemens from Germany, or Philips from Holland. And we're only left with a few companies in the world. So those companies have made the prices very high for us.
There's no doubt US sanctions have had a devastating impact on Sudan's economy and its health system. Some question whether that's the only factor at play. Some estimate the government spends as much as 70% of its budget on the military and security. Dr. Tayyip Ahmed says the health sector has suffered as a result, particularly its ability to diagnose cancer.
It's actually poorly funded from the state or from the government. We are fighting very hard actually to get some equipments for our major hospitals.
In a country where almost half the population lives in poverty, investment is crucial. So Turkey's pledge to double trade volumes with Sudan is welcome news. Although not a cure, it's a welcome treatment. Kim Vinnell, TRT World, Khartoum.